Yo, my people, welcome to UK Rap Numbers Show. Now, guys, man, this one here I'm going to speak about, I'm very baffled, man. It's a Saturday. It is a Saturday. And obviously when artists release their projects, they have a 1 week campaign to push their album. Of course, that is their debut album or, do you know what I mean, their new album project that they're releasing. And they have a week to push it to see where it enters in the charts. So obviously the next week you can still push it and you can rise it. I've seen people like Stormzy first week get second spot, number 2, and then the next week get number 1. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So it's just the first week when everyone's fresh listening to your album. That's where you could potentially chart the highest when it comes to your album. So now, man, we're gonna talk about Steph London. We're gonna talk about Steph London. Yeah, man, I've been watching closely with this project. I would like to obviously big shout out to obviously Steph London and their team. I know previously people think that obviously I don't get on with her or the family. I don't have nothing against Steph London. You know what I'm trying to say? There's been a few fallouts with her brother, Dutch, but I don't have no issues with Dutch. Do you know what I'm trying to say? We're all grown men, grown women, adults, progressing and whatnot.
This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I'm looking for 20 up-and-coming music managers to join my infrastructure. Don't worry, you don't need to have any knowledge. I will train you. Click the link in my bio. Join the WhatsApp group chat. Guys, your numbers will never be visible. Message me direct after. Stay walking the streets, lad.
Let's talk about Steph London's album, man. I liked it, man. It was a sick album. The marketing was sick. I thought she built a crazy brand for herself, and she's just growing. And I feel like, yeah, man. What baffles me is from the UK, why she gets so much hate. Because she does. She gets a lot of hate in the UK. There's not many female artists. Just flip the screen. There's not many female artists in the scene that's doing big numbers. That's been doing big numbers. That's doing amazing. There's not many. So what baffles me is why do our scene always try to tear? We tear people down anyway, but shouldn't like black women or women stick up for each other, support more? Because when I'm looking at these album sales that's come in, we're touching like 750 album sales, guys. 750 plus album sales or whatnot. Like that there, I just don't understand it. I don't understand why she hasn't charted in the top 40, the top 20, the top 10 as a female artist. Where is the UK or where is Steph's audience going wrong? Like, where is Steph going wrong? I don't think she's going wrong. I think she's doing a lot. I think in artists in general, they might need a little bit more guidance because I feel like we're going through a space that's very different. We're going through a streaming space. We're going through a gaming space. And if you're not up to date and you keep on obviously releasing in your comfort zone, things like this might happen. But I'm just baffled because obviously I go through looking on socials, I'm looking on her Instagram, her Twitter, her TikTok. Look, her YouTube, she got 2.7 million subscribers. 2.7 million subscribers. She's making songs with massive artists, like massive world-class artists. And she's world-class as well. Do you know what I mean? Going on to her TikTok. 2 million followers, nearly 2 million followers on her TikTok. On her Insta, she got 4.5 or 4 point something million followers. Guys, this is around 8 million followers. So what I don't understand is how can she have so much following and only get 750 album sales? There's a disconnect, and I don't understand like what is happening. Like, why ain't we supporting our scene? Like, if we want our scene to grow And this video is in support of Steph London, and I feel like all girls that's doing music and everyone that looks up to her or what she's doing, I feel like when it's time for artists to release projects, buy the project, guys. Like, buy the project. You're adding market share, you're adding value to our culture. Because it's so easy to stream, but just show the support and just buy the projects, guys. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because we look at each other and be like, oh yeah, the music scene's going down, but we're not doing our part. And I feel like someone with that much following, 8 million followers, like even if we had 3% or 4% or 7% of that, just say we had 4% of Steph London's audience buying the project, she would have charted the top 1. She would have charted number 2. She would have charted number 3. So like as artists, up and coming artists, take note. It's very important to interact with your audience. I feel like there's a lot of disconnects with up and coming with artists that are big now because you guys don't interact with your audience. And I know everyone wants to be exclusive and everyone wants to be bougie to a certain way, but if you don't interact with your audience, they're not going to follow suit. You can say the album's out, but they're not going to purchase your album or they're not going to support because you're not giving back to your audience. Create something where you can give back to your audience and keep that. Keep them there. Keep them being a supporter of you. You know what I mean? Do a pop-up or a live show or unannounced just for the supporters for free. Do something because I guarantee you, if you done a video and you said, listen, I'm going to be, I don't know, this area, I'm going to be in this part of the world, I'm going to be here, you get me? And to 50 lucky supporters, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. Everyone's signing up, you get me? And when you meet them or you do things for them, they're going to support. They're gonna be connected with you. When you tell your story, because what's happening, guys, as well, is we're celebrities now, innit? I'm not a celebrity, akhi. But Steph London, and you got a lot of artists that are celebrities, yeah? So everyone that's looking at the artist like, oh yeah, she's a celebrity, like I don't need to buy her album. Look how much followers she's got this. But actually, she hasn't got this. And actually, this is affecting our culture because we need to be supporting her. Like, that's it. Like, any artist, it's not just Steph London, it's everyone. This week, we had Heady One. Please see my next video that I'm about to make after this one. And I'll break down Heady One. But Steph London's had a sick campaign. The fact that she's had a sick campaign, what was the marketing tips that she done? She had all the blog pages change their DP cover to her album cover. That has not been done before. That is creative. Whoever thought of that, that is creative. That's creative, like straight. And then obviously you go on Shade Borough and obviously, come on man, we see the negative stuff on there, you get me? And then we see people tearing her down, but it's like, bro, like, yes, just support. I know it might not make sense for you, but it makes sense for growth of our culture because you'll always start seeing these people, these powerful people taking money from our culture. And then what happens is all our artists become broke. They start doing what they're doing. Years later, they start doing a podcast explaining how they've fallen off and what's happened. You get what I'm trying to say? And it's like, we can prevent this. We can prevent this. And it's always about learning the business side of music. Learning the business side of music. But this here is like, let's go. We go to this. Let's go to the Cullinan. Like, look at this. Now, Posty's doing his thing. You get me? Posty's doing his thing. Big shout out to Posty. Posty is doing his thing. And he's always supporting. What has he done? He done one with Chip. Chip's dropped his project. Boom, now. And Nave Smalls. Go check that out. Now, he done one with Steph London during the same week. Dropped project the same week to help and play their part. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, like maybe as artists as well, we need to kind of start talking and telling people click the link and that. And this news that we got from pop-ups it's damaged us. It's showing us how bad the industry is right now. It's showing us how bad. This is gonna call out a lot of gatekeepers, a lot of people that's in the labels, and now this pop-up thing is not their cheat code. There's no more cheat codes no more. You know what I mean? It's gonna show you that you now have to get your artists and think of strategy to get your artists to interact with their fan base for when they do campaigns, they can chart the highest of their ability. That's it, period. That's what you need to be doing. You know what I'm trying to say? And these are the things that man's teaching with my community and up-and-coming artists. Like, I'm an advocate for up-and-coming artists. Months, years to be, I'm just going to focus on up-and-coming artists. And if I can share artists that are established, their stories, so up-and-coming artists can learn and they can progress and they can go from there. Because for me, it's like, that's where we're going wrong. Where's the disconnect? As there's a disconnect. Like, let's talk about AJ Tracy. Guys, look, I put on Sunday Smoke years ago. Big shout out to Tyron 1MC. He introduced me to that live streaming world. You get me? Well, I was in the live streaming world from doing Wicked and Bad. Little Man's first fight, that was live streaming. Do you know what I mean? But Sunday Smoke was another thing that was live streaming. Do you get what I'm trying to say, my people? So you got Sunday, you got Tyron 1MC, that's a streamer. Now you got people like, you see AJ Tracy, and I'm not going to go full into his breakdown, but he done something that a lot of you lot are not doing. He's doing things that you lot are not doing, guys, yeah? And take note of this. AJ Tracy got Sam Ham. Now, Sam Ham is blowing up, yeah? As a streamer, as TikTok. If you go on my TikTok, you go on Tyrone's TikTok, you go on Sam Ham's TikTok. It's the same infrastructure. You get me? It's the same infrastructure. Sam Ham done a live URL for AJ's project or his single party live. So Sam Ham is bringing his audience that are from America, that's doing live streaming, that's doing all the live streaming to AJ Tracy and showing a different sort of live streaming. And this is something different because what happens is, in the world that we're in, the TikTok world, we have our community and they're supportive. They're cutting up this content and they're posting it on their pages. And this is how we're going viral, and this is how we will always be tapped in with our audience. This is how I'm tapped in with my audience. This is how I'm building a brand. But it's very important to do all these things. And that's one respect to AJ Tracy, because I feel like artists can't get too big with their audience. If you want your audience to keep you where you are, because it's all based on support, right? Then we need to figure out what can we give back to our audience. Obviously, constantly, what things can we do that is going to add value to our audience? Man's developing managers, man's teaching artists the game, you know what I mean, the business side of music. Now, before that, there's not many people doing that. Or if they're doing it, they're not doing it to the level that man's doing it because man's experienced it. And I've shown people beforehand, before I speak about it. So, yeah, man, I'm just here thinking, look, Steph London done a sick project. She's done a sick album party. She's been doing her campaigns up and down the country, and she deserves a top 10, top 5. And there needs to be a bit more support within our culture. Again, we need to get behind it. Content creators, artists. Listen, what happened to the days when the Air Force remix released? Yeah, the Air Force remix got released with Dig That, Krypton, Conan, and I saw the whole of the music industry pushing for that top 20 independent. Where are them days? Let me repeat that again, just so you lot understand. What happened to the days where we saw Air Force remix get released, yeah, and we had the whole of the industry posting it on their stories to push that for a top 20? Where's the unity in the industry? Like, where is it? And I know a lot of you that might look at me and think I'm going mad, but I'm not going mad. I'm here to at least add that value to up-and-coming artists. You know what I'm trying to say? Because if someone like me don't do that, there's no domino effect. So then the only people that are winning are the supreme, I can't even say it properly, but the only people that are winning are the people that's higher up in the labels. Because the people that are on ground, they're all doing amazing things. They're all people like us. They're doing amazing things. You get me? But that business model is getting the rich richer and then they can dictate what we're doing and put us on shelves and make a lot of us be depressed because they can't release music. So we need to come together, and we need to come together real fast and support each other, or there's going to be a decline. There's not going to be a trajectory. There's going to be a decline. So wake up, man. Now, guys, don't worry, man. Time. Look, I'm back anyway. Like I said, I'm back. I'm here to develop what I'm developing. I'm gonna have like 50 managers that man's gonna be training, teaching them marketing and coaching and mentoring them. That's gonna help another 100 artists, and the artists from that's gonna keep it developing. It's gonna grow the scene. You're gonna start seeing a lot more artists start blowing up in the scene. And you're going to see that artist helping that artist, that helping that artist, and we're going to keep on building and building, going from there. So yeah, man, guys, like I said, click that subscribe button below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, man, see you on the next episode, man. Peace.